shit. Waiting on parts, and look what came in. Boom! Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Oh snap! I got the cams. Wasn't expecting to buy them like anything else, and I just happened to find a deal that I was willing to pay, so I picked these up. So these are GSC S2 cams. I bought the S2s just because you never know in the future. You're always wanting more power. Granted, I know the S1s on what my setup is right now would make more torque, more power. Would be the best cam, but I'm trying to think long term. I just want to buy the cams once and not have to replace them. So you can see, I think one of them's new. I forget which is which. I haven't looked at them yet. Just opened it up. Let me see what's in. See if I'm sure they're labeled. Intake, exhaust. Which I don't see yet. I'm sure it's on there somewhere. I'll figure it out. But bam. Bam. Waiting on more parts. When you're waiting for your parts to show up and UPS is sleeping. I don't know what's taking so long. It's like, I don't know, 8 in the morning and I don't have a package yet. It's now, I don't know, 8:30. Still waiting. Seriously go to the bathroom for like 2 minutes and then a package shows up. However that works. But all right, time to get to work. Opened up that package. Inside, just exactly what I ordered. Got the new, or not new, but new to me, Borg Warner S369 SXE with the billet wheel. You can see this one is cast, the old 366, the new billet 369. But holy shit, this thing has a lot of play in it. All right, hold on. So look at this one. This is mine. There's, it's not moving much. Come to this one. Like, what the f***? Not happy about that. I mean, put it on, see how it performs. If not, I'll take it off and just have it rebuilt. It's pretty easy. It won't be that bad to take it off. I won't have to take off the rear housing. I just have to take off the center cartridge in the front. Not too bad. And this one has a 90-degree already welded on it. Hopefully that matches up with the way my piping is, and I can get rid of having a 90-degree coupler. I'll just do a straight to it. So let me just place it on real quick, see how it fits. Oh yeah, check it out. Don't mind the Papa John's. We'll forget that. But this thing looks bigger. I mean, it actually looks pretty big sitting in there. The only thing is this elbow isn't matching up with what I need. So I think I'm just gonna put it all together and I'll drive it over to my fab guy just without that coupling on it right there. That way you can see exactly what needs to be done, and he'll take off the housing and line it up, weld the new elbow on it for me, get it lined up for me, just because right now I have the 90-degree coming off the intercooler and it comes kind of straight out, and you can see this one is curved that way. That's really not going to work. So I'll have him do that, but in the meantime, let me bust up my knuckles and get this installed. So what had happened was, here we go. So I actually got it to fit kind of where it kind of lines up, not too bad with how I would like, kind of acceptable, a little bit of an angle, not what I want. So what I'm going to do right now is this compressor housing is kind of dirty. You can see all the lines on it. So before I install it and it's temporary, I'll take it off later and clean it. No, I'm going to take it off right now and clean it. So actually I got something for that. It's always nice to buy these at Harbor Freight. They're on sale for a couple bucks, so why not? So I'll go ahead and take this compressor housing off, start to clean it. I'll let it soak in some stuff, and I can install the rear housing while that's soaking up and cleaning up. And I'll also be able to take off this feed on it, put my swiveling one on. Like I said, that swivel, lifesaver. Definitely always want to use that. So, sweet. Boom, got that bolt down. Wasn't too bad. Like I said, the bolt that's on this side, on the inside, pain in the ass to try to get 2 wrenches on it to tighten it down. But I got it done, no problem. Cleaned the housing, looking better. My bench is a mess. Next thing I'm gonna focus on is fixing this drain that I was talking about. I'm saying it was leaking from here on this fitting, somewhere along here where this straight pipe meets this nut up here. So all I'm gonna do is just replace this part versus having to take this all the way off up here and replacing the whole thing. Boom, nailed that. Go ahead. Went ahead, bolted on the drain flange and hooked up the new drain pipe, tube, whatever you want to call it. I got. Now I'll go ahead and install the center cartridge on it, bolt that down, and then I'll go ahead and put the compressor housing after I make sure that the boost reference that I have bolts up to what's on here. Tell you what, it's easy, but you have to figure it out like a puzzle. So I put the rear housing on. Then after you put the rear housing on, you have to take the drain off because you need to get the clamps to hold the center section to the rear housing. But you see how this bolt is right up against this feed? So you can't have the drain on because you need to tilt this out of the way, tighten that enough to bring this back up and down center. Then I wasn't able to thread the nut onto the drain flange. So what I did was I took the whole flange off, put the drain tube on the drain flange, then tighten the flange to the center housing. Now I'm gonna tighten the nut because it's at the proper angle that I want. I got it pretty good. It's pretty close to, so if this is straight up and down, you can see I'm pretty close. So it's pretty good. You're allowed to have some degrees of it not being straight up and down, but I'm pretty close to it. So I got to tighten that down, and then I'll be able to put the front housing on. All right, finally got the turbo side all buttoned up. Everything on, turbo blanket, turbo on, intercooler piping, feed, drain. That's all set. Now the only thing I got to do so I can start up the car is put the injectors back in, which injectors, fuel rail, throttle body, coupler for the intercooler, put that back on, and should be able to start it. See what we got going on. Oh, also got to put the BVTI solenoid back on. That would suck. All right, next thing I got going on is I got to put the injectors in, like I said. And hopefully I mentioned the last time that I thought I was having issues with the car running rich. I thought the injectors were sticking, so I dropped these off to get clean. And I bought some other ones in the meantime, got back, he said these were good, they weren't my issue, so the guy ended up not taking my money for the new ones. I bought ID 2000s, but they ended up being almost the same thing as the Bosch 2200s. They're not stainless inside unless you go X series, which to me it's not the point. So if I could find some 1300 ID 1300Xs that are stainless on the inside, I'll buy those. But in the meantime, I might as well just stick with what I have now. So I'll show you the flow sheet I got. Took them to Havoc speed over there in West Palm. So you can see before, I'm averaging like 2200 almost. You know, a couple are under, a couple are still over. And after clean, I'm averaging 2250. So they weren't too bad. So I go ahead and throw these back into the fuel rail I got sitting here. I got to lubricate the O-rings, slide them in there, put them in the manifold, tighten everything down. It should be good for a startup. Got it all buttoned up, turbo on, BVTI solenoid on, bolted down, got the clip on it, got the injectors on, checked the fuel system, I didn't have any leaks, put the intercooler piping on the throttle body side, throttle body on. I don't have any extra bolts sitting up top. I think we're ready for a startup. there you have it. Put the turbo on and it's fucked. So actually, good and a bad thing. So I got a hold of the guy that sold it to me, and he actually said, or I asked him, or I told him about it, and he goes, all right, no problem, return it. I'm like, all right, well, how about just rebuilding it? He goes, yeah, sure, that's an option too. So he gave me the money back, not all the money back, but the money to cover rebuilding it, which is an awesome thing to do. Shows how people in the car community can still be upfront and, you know, trustworthy to a extent. Obviously, it got sent bad, but he's still behind what he sold me and actually is making it right, which is awesome. Just sucks for me now. I have to take this back apart. Luckily, the hardest part I don't have to take off, which is the rear housing. That'll stay bolted to the turbo. All I have to do is take off the feed, the drain, the front housing, and I'll be able to take it, drop it off to get rebuilt after shift. So that's what I'm up to right now, and it's kind of the update I got going on right now. I did put it back together, took it out just down the street and back, and the car is still acting up. So I'm gonna have some people look at some logs for me, see if they can figure something out, and I'll go from there. Oh, actually, there's one other thing I bought. Hold on. I also got myself an aftermarket front main pulley stroking out. One of these thingamabobbers. Got it from the same guy that got me the turbo, so hopefully it's not in the same condition. So that's it. Gonna pull off the turbo, get that ready. That's it for tonight. That's it. That only took like, I don't know, 15 minutes to take it off. Pretty easy. Happy about that. Drop it off, get it back. So next episode should be me putting it back on, and hopefully I've come up with some solutions on fixing this misfire rich condition I have.
Filming.
What is it, John?
YouTube, comment, like this video if you like it. Watch some more if you don't like it. Terrible. Doing a food horrible.